Hi folks, it's Adrian CryptoBirb speaking. Welcome to the third episode of our new documentary series where we discuss something that we know as new narratives. Well, on the latest episode I discussed with Piotr Maciej, the Polish OG of the rap industry, for how many challenges there are and how many opportunities there are. We also had been through a couple of historical kind of like lessons and understanding how deep the cannabis industry is. And myself, I'm a complete noob. I'm still trying to learn and understand about what the changes kind of like are needed, in order to go and to grow with the flow of the cannabis industry. And just maybe there is a way to connect this with cryptocurrencies, right? When we were discussing about the bank accounts getting blocked by the bank because of being labeled as the THC, for selling CBD or some sort of like a cannabis, T-shirts or something. It definitely reminded me of the banks blocking the transfers regarding anything that just touched cryptocurrencies. So today I'm joined by an excellent guest, Maciej Sagal, who is going to talk to us about the combination of cryptocurrencies and, just maybe there is a way to connect it with the cannabis industry. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Hi everybody. Everything good, yeah. So we are cannabis entrepreneur. So we like it, we love it, we live it. That's very nice sector of business for me, for Levi, for our team. It's very important. You have a good passion and you can work with your passion, and only this make possible to be good in this. And is similar. Cannabis is for me very similar to blockchain industry. It's not only for cryptocurrencies. It's for blockchain industry. Then is a freedom movement.
You're right.
Is a freedom movement. Is we have similar problems. We ban it everywhere, or in the most governments don't like us. He need to respect us. We are here, but nobody won't like us as from the government side. But the people like us. I think weed is more popular than crypto, for sure. We have it since thousands of years in our economy, in our life, in our hill, everywhere. And the next step is to connect, how we can connect two big freedom movements. So for me, cannabis and crypto is 2 + 2 is only 5. No?
There you go. What a perfect way to say that. The way you say it, I completely agree that there's like so many similarities, right, between the cryptocurrencies and the cannabis industry, right? There are very people inside of those industries that really appreciate the freedom, that really, just are kind of like, having a lot of stigma put on themselves, right? Many, like you said, the governments would ban a lot of organizations like that, for both of cryptocurrencies and the cannabis industry. So we are talking about, how similar it is, just maybe, like I said, if there is some sort of like a crossing, some path that just connects both of these, right? So have you ever seen any combination, any way to connect both of these industries?
I saw some combinations, but I think it's only a beginning of the combinations that tries, like a research. So only some NFTs for Cannabis Club, like a card member. Nothing more. It's good. We have cannabis in crypto, but I don't find a project for bigger values.
Gotcha.
For more than only a card member. So for this moment. And for me, it's very important to see in the blockchain technology freedom, transparency. That's the most important two things.
Very important.
So we don't like to be regulated. Nobody like it. But some part of cannabis business is regulated. Some part Leroy do. Leroy has done with the team in Polish Parliament was a historic movement, historic bill.
They did a great job.
The best bill in the Polish Parliament.
It's crazy.
The last 30
really
more than 30 years. So 450 people vote for the bill. Only 2 was against.
Yeah.
So that's what is a really successful. And coming to the point, the crypto and blockchain as a freedom movement need have cannabis inside. So it's really parallel. So and the profits from this is we can regulate everything by ourselves. So for example, payments. Yeah. So it's very hard to pay for cannabis. Yeah. So banks don't want accept for cannabis products or hemp products. So industrial legal hemp products. Same for clothes, for example. Yeah. You have clothes in the hemp industry, and bank don't want accept, and maybe you can smoke this shirt. So I cannot understand by
doesn't make sense.
The lawyers, by the banks is too prosecute for everybody, for everything in the industry, and that's make a big problems for easy for trading. Yeah, with the legal stuff. Same, we have big problems with the advertising. So the crypto is a good solution. Then we can be connected, and we can have like a stable coin. We can be connected, and we can have like a stable coin connected to weed, for example. Maybe.
That's interesting.
Or we can build some NFTs.
You mean just like with gold? Is that what you mean? Like just the currency was pegged to gold?
Yes.
Same way you can have a currency with weed?
For example, yeah. For this moment, nobody do it.
Okay.
So I think is a good solution, but the weed need be legal. That's
right.
That's the point. So we need have a full value for our tokens, for our NFTs, or for the future, for everything. Yeah, that's very important. In the unregulated market, you can sell black weed, so for illegal, but this you cannot connect with the crypto. So
Got you. Makes sense. So you mentioned the currencies and the cryptocurrencies, right? So how about NFTs? I mean, you said some sort of like a membership, right? You can be like a weed cannabis product member. You know, they'll give you some sort of like a products. If you have an NFT, that's how it works. Is that how it works?
Can be works. So in the industry or in e-commerce or trading, we have very much opportunities to have it. Yeah, you can get discounts, you can get drops with the new products, you can be maybe a tester. If you have NFTs, for example, imagine you can buy one NFT and you have real value for maybe 1 square meter cultivation from hemp or from marijuana, or you can have maybe one machine which make you joints. Yeah, for
that's
example.
Interesting. Okay.
So you can be a part from a big company.
Okay.
So you invest with your NFT, and for example, you can be apart from the joint machine. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Or you can be apart from the vending machine, or you can be owner from the vending machine. So, for example, in your country you cannot sell weed, or in your country the weed and marijuana is forbidden, but you like it, yeah, and you will show this to the people. So buy one NFT which have real value, and then you can be a small star in your community. Yeah,
that's interesting. So what do you mean is that a person, let's say, who holds certain cannabis-based NFT, so they can actually make money with it as in passive income? Is that what works?
Yes, it's possible.
Tell me more about that. That's very interesting.
We plan to do vending machines with NFT ownership. So and this allow you to get a passive income each month from the sales. Yeah, for example. So that's
I could use some passive income. Yeah.
one of the points. So we will change the community guidelines for NFT, and give to the NFTs more value. Yeah, so membership is nice. Yeah, we know Bored Apes or something.
Yeah,
It's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a big, huge community with a real business value, with a personal value.
That's right.
It's nice. Yeah, but we don't have it in the cannabis industry with the real money. So everybody who want to make business think about money. So that's normal. Yeah. So for me, is a great idea. If I can buy some machines or some stuff which make me real money each month to month or each quarter to quarter, I will get some fees or some revenue from my investment.
That's a very cool idea. I gotta tell you one thing, right? Because you mentioned those Bored Ape Clubs, NFTs, right? I actually got it on my phone. It was crazy. I spent like 2 days trying to connect it, with the Twitter account, and it's ridiculous. Why I really entered, into this NFT part, getting this Bored Ape Club NFT is being part of the community of very influential people, right?
Yep.
So that is actually the very, very essence of NFTs, right? You want to become part of certain community in order to, have certain benefits with it. For me, this kind of like an NFT just gives me this access to the very influential people, very well-connected people, and that if I need to kind of like reach out to somebody, if I want to talk to somebody, some person, specific person, that I never ever would be able to talk to, I just spill a question, ask a question. Hey, legends, like, tell me, do you know this and that guy? Do you know this and that person? And one of them is going to know, if not the person directly, then is going to know somebody who knows this person, So there's like so many utilities, like you mentioned. For me, the value comes from the network. The value comes from the community, right? So let's talk further about the utilities for the NFTs, let's say, because cryptocurrencies, NFTs, tokens, NFTs, it seems that they can be applied somehow and connected with the cannabis industry, right? So what other ideas you say that there are?
For example, very important is in the cannabis industry we don't have too much experts on the world. Yeah, so many people call his as expert, but the most people know something, but is not verified knowledge. And that's a big problem. Same in blockchain industry. Yeah? We have same experts who make only good videos, but it's not real value inside. Or traders who never trade. Only internet trader.
Of course.
So we have a lot of them. And in cannabis business, if you are an investor, you want to invest, and you don't have enough knowledge about investment in cannabis, about the law, about how the industry is working. So it's hard for you to find some good project to invest, or hard to verify it.
Okay.
How you will do it? So it's not
no expert.
It's no expert. So if you are in the NFT community, in the good community, and you have maybe access to the launchpad, which is specialized to the cannabis industry, so you can get some research, and decision is more easy for you. For example, and then if you have good access in the early seed round, so you can make a lot of money in each project, and don't need to spend the time and don't need to spend too long time to research, and you don't need to learn everything. That's the next point, If you have some sickness in your family, so I hope no, but the world is crazy, so and we have big families, so
that's right.
That's normal. In the some years we have some problems, with cancer or with some things. If not family, then friendships or the nearly colleagues. And if you have NFT, you can get maybe access to the training center, so you can get good knowledge, good verified knowledge. That's same important like in the crypto industry. So if you have good tips, if you have good network and access to the right people on the right place in the right time, so you can be the winner in the situation.
That's a good way to put it.
And this is for me, this is a game changer, But nobody else for now do one system for everything in cannabis. We have different parts. Same in crypto, we have different parts, but we don't have so like a parallel world for now.
Yeah.
And
So just like Leroy said, right, on the latest episodes, is that this cannabis industry is very fragmented. Is very split into so many fractions, right? And just maybe there is this, like you said, the synergy effect, right? That where 2 + 2 = 5. When you combine all those kind of like enclaves, when you combine all of those smaller communities, right? I really like the point that you mentioned about getting access to the experts, right? To the professionals that really have deep, great, verified knowledge, right? Just maybe to help your family, to maybe just help you, live better in such a way, right? Same way you would have the cryptocurrency experts, right? So having this access to the specific expertise while being part of this community, right? And there are so many other applications for this industry that myself I'm just trying to learn about, that is just giving me this impression that there is like a real bridge, there is like a real connection between the cryptos, between the blockchain, the NFTs, and that there is room for it for the cannabis industry. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. That's right conclusion from this.
Okay.
And what is for us as cannabis experts and cannabis interpreters very important is to connect people, to connect the industry together. Yeah, so we do it many years already, and sometimes successful, sometimes cannot connect everybody. Then we don't know about each company all the details, and that's very hard. Sometimes we meet in another country our guys which we know from 2-3 years before from conference, and we search for some informations. We meet on one table, and then we find out, okay, this is the guy which we need to connect. So that's it's very hard to pass Google, for example, for verified knowledge. It's very hard to pass Facebook or some another big portals.
Even ChatGPT, right? If you have a look, it's just filtering certain information. It's just it's just going crazy, right? There are certain narratives that ChatGPT is not going to tell you, right? It's very politically biased apparently these days. So I completely agree that it's very hard to find this credible information that is approved and verified by this kind of like a consortium, of experts, if you will, all right? However, if you create this space for this market, right? If you go and follow on this legislation side, and really unite this community with just maybe the help of cryptocurrencies, of NFTs, it does seem, like I said, that it just brings so many opportunities, and it opens up the doors to the third world countries, right? To learn and to grow about that. I've got a friend from Nigeria, a couple of good friends from Nigeria, and Nigeria is growing like crazy, right? And they are very, like, on one hand, of course, this is like a fast developing country. They're still poor. There's a lot of poverty in Africa. What those people do is they learn about blockchain, they learn about cryptocurrencies, and they may not necessarily even have like very good education. However, they already use Bitcoin, right? They already use crypto. So imagine if this new market opens up to them, and there's like this, unemployment disappears in this region. They have work to do, they have real jobs. Is that right?
Yeah, they have real jobs, have real good food and value food. Yeah,
exactly, food.
Then hemp food or food made it from hemp is oils or proteins is really value for our body. That's amazing good foods. So my sister got cancer, and we take her out with cannabis, and was not easy. Was a hard case of cancer, but now she is clean, and that's good. Yeah, without chemo. So for this,
for real,
and for this we have many science in the world who tell it many times, but the politics and pharma don't want to hear it.
Of course, right.
So we will be ignored, or somebody tell no, it's not the true, for sure. but knowledge and is so like is, and fact is fact. So you cannot lie with facts.
You're right. You're right. Eventually, those facts will persist and they will just come up on the surface, right?
Yeah.
I think it's very good. It's a very good kind of like a place to start wrapping the show for so many reasons, that we've discovered that have similarities, right? Cryptocurrencies, NFTs, blockchain, cannabis, all of those regions are stigmatized. That there are many people who put stigma on that, right? Especially pressed by the media, pressed by the governments, by the regulators, right? While both cryptocurrencies, as in the blockchain, the technology with it, and the cannabis, they can work together, right? There are lots of applications, like you said. They need to work together, right? So combining those two huge markets together, well, gives you even better opportunities.
Yeah, and combined with knowledge and education. So it's the similar way like in crypto. So we need educate people. We need educate not only about how you can make a joint. Yeah, we need educate about what is hemp, what is crypto. Why is it so good? Why is this important for the people? Why this is the real freedom? Why the DAO is, for example, very nice? Yeah, so many people know, but too much people don't know about hemp, about cannabis, about crypto. And verified knowledge is the most important for us to bring it to the people. And if you won't have a verified knowledge, so you can get, for example, NFT, and you can have access to the group. You can have access to the training center. As I say, is maybe the training center is good enough to make trainings for doctors.
Okay.
We plan it, so, and
that's interesting.
We will do it, yeah. And not all the sectors is connected with NFT and with blockchain. Then the real business don't need everywhere blockchain. So we need adapt it only in this case. We can use it for real value. That's
okay.
for us. That's for us a challenge to find out where you can use blockchain with a real value and where you don't need it to use it. Yeah. So
that makes sense. That's a very good wrap, I think, for our today's discussion, for this episode of the show, of the documentary series that we called as the new narratives, right? And it does seem that step by step, there is so much that two industries, like cryptocurrencies, like blockchain, and the cannabis industry, can work together and can really work out something nice and can improve the quality of the people's lives, bring freedom, bring food, even when there's a lot of poverty, right? So it's very promising. It's very I would say good forecast, right? As we head into the future. And speaking of the future, we're going to discuss this actually in the next episode of the new narratives, right? Because the future is actually where we should look into in order to understand and prepare for what's coming. You don't want to miss the next episode of the new narratives. Thank you for today's guests for coming over. Thank you, Maciej. You did a great job. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great job, man.
Thank you.
On to the next one.
Bye-bye.